The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, today, the market has experienced a healthy little pullback. Remember, we are sitting in a transition period in crypto where we could see one more slight downturn before we finally go off for a moon mission. During this period of uncertainty, I have said I've purchased using 50% of my cash reserves. The recent dip. The remaining 50% is just in case we go a little lower. I have no expectations over the next couple days of what the market's going to do. But one thing I can guarantee to all of you is, this is the most special time to be a crypto investor. Let me show you why. But first, I have to point out that I was on the Good Morning Crypto show over here on the 3T Warrior Academy YouTube page. We had a 90-minute interview. We talked about a lot of things, the crypto market as a whole, and a lot of beautiful gems were released in that interview. Please take a look at that. And now, let's dive into the content for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, John Deaton posted this. Gary Gensler had the audacity, the unmitigated gall, to state when you make decisions with other people's money, there's going to be conflicts of interest. And John Deaton wasn't having it today. When you and other senior officials from the SEC like Clayton and Hinman made decisions with other people's money, there were massive conflicts of interest. These conflicts went unchecked, and they negatively affected the financial future of tens of thousands who have worked hard in the XRP community. In addition, guys, Sigmund from Twitter stated Michael Seaman wrote the first draft of the Hinman speech. It's always nice to have someone else draft your own personal opinion. Now, guys, before we continue, I have to play you this clip from Charles Gasparino over on Fox explaining this situation further. Please take a listen.
Central to the case as to whether XRP is a currency or an investment asset.
Right. I'm going to do this kind of quick because we want to talk a little bit about Tesla because that's a huge story right now.
Twitter.
And Twitter. Excuse me, Musk and Twitter. Listen, Hinman gave a speech, I think, in 2018, which essentially is key to this case. The XRP people, Ripple people, who are being sued by the SEC, said that speech was dogma at the SEC, it was SEC policy, and it showed that their suit against XRP and Ripple is biased, and they have favoritism towards other cryptos, namely Ethereum. That speech is key to this case for Ripple proving its case. Why is Ripple slightly ahead in doing that right now? Because the documents are coming out that that Bill Hinman did not make that speech on, at least it's suggesting, I can't say what's in his mind, but Bill Hinman is arguing, the SEC is arguing, that those were his opinions, that he just said his opinion. It wasn't SEC policy. New documents are out that suggest maybe it's not just his opinion. It was SEC policy because he circulated the speech to something like 68 people inside the SEC.
Indicating that Ripple is a currency?
Yes, well, indicating that Ripple is likely a currency. The other ones aren't. Thus, in the Ripple's mind, that shows bias against Ripple by the SEC, since its characteristics are similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is how it's a little complicated, but if you care about XRP in this case, and this case is probably going to set the tone for crypto regulation going forward, just so you know. If XRP wins and Ripple, they beat back the SEC, SEC is not going to be able to go after anybody again. Okay, it's going to be very difficult to say other Ethereum and Bitcoin are securities, and therefore they come under SEC guidelines. If XRP loses, well, then you see Gary Gensler going after Ethereum. But it looks like Ripple has proven the case that maybe these weren't Hinman's own words. It was like SEC policy, and that's a strike in their favor. If in this context, that it means that the whole commission really did give a.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most massive things that all of you need to understand when it comes to the state of this Ripple SEC case. I do not think this case will end without a settlement. I could be wrong. This is only my personal opinion. But logic and reason tells me the SEC has zero chance left. The biggest thing circulating about this case are these Bill Hinman emails. These Bill Hinman emails are the key to this case. The SEC's argument has always been that the Ethereum free pass, that speech that Bill Hinman gave, was only his personal opinion. However, evidence has surfaced that Hinman circulated his speech to numerous staff at the SEC. How is it that it's only Bill Hinman's personal opinion and not SEC guidance when SEC staff was giving their input on what that speech should say? What an incredibly well articulated personal opinion with the input of 60 other people. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you all need to understand. Apparently, decisions will be made about this case November 2022 and then off into February 2023. But the reason now, more than ever, that I think a settlement is on the table is because these Bill Hinman emails and this speech and the SEC's position, compounded with the evidence, makes them wrong. They lied, flat out. And the big issue at hand here is this fair notice defense. You see, if the SEC takes this all the way and the judge decides with the evidence at play that XRP is not a security and that Ripple does win this case, then the SEC loses significant power to the CFTC, and other crypto companies will gain the right to use this fair notice defense against the SEC for other enforcement actions. I don't think the SEC is that idiotic to relinquish that level of power. But you know what? Gary Gensler might be that guy. Gary Gensler's a little silly. He likes playing games. We don't like playing games. Over here on this channel, every single day, we pinpoint the correct news and project based on the information we receive. I personally believe that if the SEC has any levels of logic and reason, they'll settle with Ripple. Make it a monstrous settlement. It'll make headlines as the biggest enforcement action that SEC has brought down. Ripple pays a big fine, and then XRP is left to reign supreme in the crypto market. That would be the story that revives this space. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is not the crypto that is going to be the king when everything's said and done, that revives the crypto market. You see, guys, something about crypto influencers nowadays. A good number of them that showed up during the bull market, they're no longer here. They're trying to save face. That's one. But two, the OGs, the ones that still remain, I feel like they're stuck in the old paradigm. The old paradigm of 4-year cycles. the old paradigm of Bitcoin continuing to be the king of crypto. It's not like the past. And while we can look at history to try to project into the future, because history and the future often rhyme, I think this time's different for two reasons. One, Ethereum is merging to proof of stake. And according to Joe Lubin, yes, it is happening, and it's happening this year in Q3.
Is the merge really coming? When and what's taking so long?
The merge is really coming. It's been worked on for years. That's true, but it's a very complex system, and the pieces are nearly fully in place. Ethereum 2 has been running for quite a while, as you indicated, and it has 350,000 validators. And Ethereum 1 is merging with Ethereum 2 to create a unified Ethereum and transition from proof of work to proof of stake. And the first major testnet is scheduled to merge in early June. Current plan is June 8. There'll be a couple of other major testnets that will merge a few weeks after that. And if all goes according to plan, we could see the Q3 merge.
So with Joe Lubin putting out the intention that ETH 2.0 and the merge will be complete in Q3, that's one major catalyst for crypto to come back from the ashes. But in addition, the paradigm in the crypto market is changing because regulations are coming. And like Kevin O'Leary said, the spigots, the trillions of dollars of capital waiting on the side to enter this market will be profound. XRP is the leading bull, if you will, in this charge to ensure regulatory clarity is positive for crypto. Them getting sued by the SEC first will mean they will be the first given clarity, complete regulatory clarity in the crypto market. We've been coiled up and suppressed for oh so long. And it's because the price is going to rise. The utility is going to rise. The adoption is going to rise faster than any other token in history when it finally does. Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys think it's a coincidence that all of this is happening as the world is collapsing? Do not underestimate the power of cryptocurrencies during time of massive turbulence in the world. This is what crypto was meant to solve. Do not think it's a coincidence that July 4th is when Flare Network is going to launch. In my opinion, that is going to be a favorable time frame for not only the crypto space but also XRP. That is only speculation, but it's not unfounded speculation at all. Keep both of these things in your minds. The Flare Networks updated their roadmap recently and stated the code audit has begun, and that starting today, Flare entered the audit phase with Trail of Bits, one of the most reputable firms in the space. This will run for several weeks, and provided no issues, Flare will launch on July 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, Flare Network will be the most legendary passive income opportunity in the entire crypto space because they will be credible, they will be sustainable, they will unlock the value of locked up capital in the crypto market. Bitcoin, XRP, Stellar, Algo, Doge, Litecoin, eventually Ether, ADA, and more will come over to Flare. Everything's going to be on Flare, and we're getting this airdrop token for free. I've been stating to people, continue earning your free rewards on Songbird earning passive income, because I think the free Songbird token we all earn is going to be worth much more, especially when this network launches. All tides are going to rise with Ripple XRP adoption, and the entire XRP ecosystem is going to thrive as well. Now, what I do have to say on top of that is, while we will be successful, while we will become wealthy, there are a lot of haters and manipulators that have made themselves prominent figures in the crypto space along the way. Here is one of my least favorite men in the entire crypto space, and that is Mike Novogratz. And this specific video really made me despise him. The reason is because of how he's manipulating this audience into failure. And I'll give you my complete 2 cents after you listen to him speak. Please take a listen.
Can I ask you a question about XRP? This is something that I've been invested in for a long time, and they've obviously had, they are going through some issues. How do you feel about XRP?
Full disclosure, I own some of Ripple equity, and it's been a painful trade because the company's stock trades like dog's breakfast, and they own 55% of the XRPs, and so one of the prices is wrong, right? If you think about XRP at what's it trading, $1.20 times 58 billion, that company should be worth $60 billion just because of the XRP they have on the balance sheet, but it trades at about 3 billion. And so something's way off. So I've never liked the XRP token because you've got one group that owns so much of it. Not let alone you've got the SEC breathing down the necks of the two founders, the CEO, the founder, and the company. And so why is it going up? Crypto communities are like sports fans. Have you ever been to an English football game? Literally, their mouths they make Philadelphia Eagles fans look polite. But there's tribal nature. And, over years, the XRP army has built up a real community of people that really want to believe it. It reminds me a little bit of Trump supporters. So, you could tell them anything.
True.
It's like 9/11, conspiracy theorists. There's a little bit of that in crypto. They just don't want to look at the truth sometimes.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that right there should get all of you heated. Me personally, I'm infuriated. I was extremely angry when this initially aired on Earn Your Leisure, but I'm even more upset now due to recent events that just happened. First, let me give you some context. Earn Your Leisure is an entrepreneurial podcast that talks about investing, stocks, business development, real estate, Airbnb, Turo, numerous ways to financially free yourself. Crypto is included on there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Novogratz is also a billionaire. You also need to understand that this is a minority viewed podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, what Mike Novogratz did is he compared the XRP army to Trump supporters, conspiracy theorists, and tried to call us uneducated investors on a minority podcast to disincentivize anyone wanting to get involved with XRP in any way, shape, or form. To me, that's absolutely disgusting. The conflicts of interest are appalling. We know the conflicts of interest he has with Ethereum. He was one of the big boys behind Ethereum, by the way. One of those billionaires that was getting that special treatment with anonymous wallets. Oh, guys. Oh, this shit show is going to unfold. But this is what really grinds my gears. Mike Novogratz owns Ripple equity, meaning he could go on different podcasts, talk shit about Ripple and XRP, and then, even if his emotions are wrong, he'll still make money, but the damage is already done. But you know what I say? I say karma's a bitch. And I'm gonna play you one more clip that helps all of you understand that you can't run away from the truth.
I also invested in a thing called Definity, which is going to launch in about a week. They want to be participant in that. Solana, like I talked about, Terra, there's all these other ecosystems like Ethereum trying for the same thing.
We start to really see this thing.
Oh, no, it's going to be much quicker than that. So like this coin I was talking about, Terra, if you're in Korea and you're in a cab, you'll pay for things on the chai payment system, or you'll go to the grocery store and you use chai, like you might use Apple Pay. Mm-hmm. You guys know Apple Pay?
Yeah.
Chai is a crypto payment system, and that it's already 6% of payments in Korea. And so we're starting to jump out of the sandbox into the real world. And I think payments is going to be one of the first places.
Oh, you see, guys, Mike Novogratz is 100% correct. Payments is going to be one of the first places. And it just so happens that XRP is dealing directly in the payments and settlements of transactions. But you see, while he disincentivized that audience from even wanting to learn about XRP and Ripple, he shilled the hell out of Definity, which, you know, of course, is down quite a bit historically. From a couple $100 down to less than $8. You know what I can guarantee is that Mike Novogratz did not lose money on an internet computer. You know he made off like a bandit. I was probably one of the ones selling all the way up here. Regardless though, to be very fair, I'm worried about Mike Novogratz. It's been stated he hasn't tweeted since Terra Luna imploded the other day. And, you know, in times like this, we have to be very, very concerned. Make sure that people are doing okay. But I give him some grace period, because one of the things I think he's doing is making sure he removes this Terra Luna tattoo that he received on his left arm. When I say karma's a bitch, my friends, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Another point you've made, and this is, I think, particularly relevant 10 years into a bull market, is that I think you said more money has been lost anticipating a downturn than actually in the downturn. Can you explain?
Well, obviously, the market's gone up tenfold since I stopped running Magellan. So you make more money on the upside. The market's going to be a lot higher in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Trying to predict the market is really a waste. I don't know what it's going to do. It can go down. When I ran Magellan, 13 years, it declined 10% or more, 9 times the market. Wow. I had a perfect record. I went down more than 10% every time. Wherever the market went down, I went down more. But over the long term, the upside is more than the downside. So you got to say to yourself, do I need the money in the next month? Do I need the money in the next year? Do I have kids going to college? Do I have a wedding coming up? Then you're a bad investor. If you can keep putting money in, you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 year, you should do well.